we do, highlight some important considerations for both parents and students, and certainly answer any questions you may have. Here we go, next slide. I want to first acknowledge that McGill University is on the traditional territory of the Haudenosaunee and Anishinaabe nations, a place which has long served as a site of meeting and exchange among most nations. The Scholarships and Student Aid Office is a proud member of Student Services. We are united in our mission of student wellness, which certainly includes financial wellness. Together, we help students reach their full potential with a focus on student self-development. Together, we offer everything from community building events and large-scale events, group workshops, and one-on-one specialized and confidential appointments and services. Now, the big question, who pays for the degree? A degree costs money, which can be magnified for students who do not have Quebec residency, and certainly for students who are willing to take on debt. But very few will argue that the cost is an excellent investment in terms of better job prospects and future earnings. Our philosophy at McGill, which is fairly pervasive in North America, is that there are 4 pillars of financial support for a student to have the opportunity to pursue a first-time undergraduate degree. The first pillar we see here is the financial support relating to parents. It is expected that parents will contribute to their students' cost of study relative to their financial capacity. The second pillar we see here is students/self-help. What that means is it expects that students will bring money to the table through part-time work, through summer employment, or perhaps what they earn through scholarship or other recognitions with money attached. And the third support here that we see is government assistance. If you're coming from a country which offers government aid, it is expected that you use some of that to finance your cost of attendance. And finally, we believe it is McGill's responsibility in this last pillar of financial support to support financial and contribute financial resources. Some are based on merit, which to acknowledge top academic performance, and some are need-based, which means after a student's all other resources are exhausted, McGill offers financial aid in the forms of bursaries and/or loans to help with unmet need. We don't replace expected resources, but rather we supplement them. Now let's talk about the opportunities and services that the Scholarships and Student Aid offers to make these pillars as strong as possible for the student. Here's a list of the services offered to students from the Scholarships and Student Aid Office. We have quite a bit of information here, but I'll go into detail further on in the slides. So McGill University, the Scholarships and Student Aid Office administers all the need-based financial programs of the university. So as a newly admitted student, the first thing that we're going to notice here is the entrance bursary program. And I'll go into more detail how to apply and the eligibility in the next few slides. So that's one program for newly admitted students. And the second bullet that you'll see here is McGill administers the in-course financial aid program at the university as well. So McGill has a bursary and/or loan program to help students in financial need. So while you're here at McGill, if you're experiencing financial need or if you have an emergency financial situation, the Scholarships and Student Aid Office is there to help. We also administer the work study program to help students find jobs on campus to finance some of their cost of attendance. We help with fee deferrals, so meaning if you're expecting resources or finances to come through, but there's a little delay associated with that in time to pay your fees, we can help you administer a financial aid fee deferral. We also, while you're at McGill, if you think you want to go on exchange, we have a mobility bursary program for that to help with the cost of the exchange. And also there's some opportunities outside the classroom considered as experiential learning that you may want to go for. And we have an enriched educational opportunity bursary program to help with that as well. Now, one of the key things that I want to highlight here is there's a difference between scholarship and bursary. Scholarship is based purely on merit, while bursaries are based purely on financial need. And there is actually a document on our website, and the link is here to explain the difference in both. And as I mentioned, all the range of services up above here, our office also has a lot of videos to help you understand the different options and different support programs available to you, which is on the homepage of the Scholarships and Student Aid website, and the link is right here. So in addition to the services above, we also help with government aid applications and administration as well. And our service is basically a bilingual service in French or English, and we're located in the Brown Building, but I'll go into more detail about that later on. So now the need-based entrance bursary program. In terms of eligibility criteria, what I want to highlight here and emphasize It doesn't matter, it's regardless of your geographic origin. If you are a newly admitted student into a full-time degree program at McGill, you qualify to apply for the entrance bursary program, and what we're looking for is purely demonstrated financial need. And typically you apply in Minerva, and I'll go into the application steps in a minute, and you have 30 days when the date of acceptance to apply for the entrance bursary program. But I want to emphasize here, if you feel or if you've already been past the 30 days, there's certainly time still to apply, and I would encourage you to do so. You apply in Minerva, and we officially close the application on June the 30th. But like I said, right now, if you're past the 30 days from date of admission, we strongly encourage you to still apply because the actual program only closes on June the 30th. In terms of the application requirements, Minerva is one step that you apply for. And then for international students, we also require the CSS profile. So the CSS profile and the Minerva application together constitute a complete entrance bursary application. And once you submit the application, and if you're assessed positively for an entrance bursary application, you're guaranteed approval to the work study program, which is one of the entrance bursary perks. You do have to apply, but when you submit your application, you'll be automatically approved. And in future years, you apply for the work study program in Minerva, and the application opens up on July. So if you've received an entrance bursary this year, on July 1, the work study program will open. You're strongly encouraged to apply if you want to help find a job to kind of supplement your cost of attendance on campus. So as I said before, you apply, you sign into Minerva. There's a screenshot right there. You go into the financial aid and awards menu, and you select apply for McGill entrance bursary. That's the Minerva component. Then once you've done that, you go into the CSS profile, the College Board CSS profile. And there's also a link on the Scholarships and Student Aid website, but the specific link is here. As an international applicant, you follow the steps in this link and you submit the application. And what you'll do is you'll give permission to McGill to access that profile. And once we have that, we take a look with your Minerva application and we assess pretty rapidly. And I'll go into the timelines in a minute. Once you've submitted a complete application, so meaning the Minerva application and the CSS profile, the award decisions have started in March basically, and they go on a rolling basis, typically 2 to 3 weeks from the date of application. But I'll be very honest with you, we are pretty much up to date as of any application submitted as of Tuesday. We understand that there's a May 1 deadline to confirm your acceptance to McGill, and a lot of students want to know where they stand. So we're pretty conscious of that, and we're posting the decisions pretty rapidly at this point. So the decisions are actually posted in the Financial Aid and Awards tab in Minerva, and you'll also, if you get an entrance bursary, you'll get a letter emailed to you by email. The bursary is offered in Canadian currency and will be split evenly between your fall and winter semesters. And what I want to highlight here is that if you do get an entrance bursary and a letter, I would encourage you to pay special attention to the letter, as it has important information about the entrance bursary program and the actual assessment of the award. So once you hear, as I said before, the work study program opens up on early July. The fee deferral application opens up mid-July for the fall term and mid-December for the winter term. And as I said before, the fee deferrals apply if you're expecting resources or funding to come in, but there's a bit of a delay in getting that to your fee account. And that's in Minerva as well. And what's important to know, once you've arrived at McGill, you should have your financial plan in place. But if something happens, in case of an emergency, you need an emergency short-term loan, the Scholarships and Student Aid Office is also available to help in those kind of cases as well. And what I want to highlight too, if you're a dual citizen or have Canadian citizenship or the US, we have different government aid programs available to you here. As you see on this slide, we have the Quebec government aid program, we have the Ontario OSAP program, different government aid jurisdictions depending on if you have dual citizenship or not. And if you're questioning that, our office can help you decide if you're eligible for government aid from Canada or the US as well. So once you've kind of settled into McGill and subsequent years of study, after your first year of study, you can, if you've received an entrance bursary or if you're experiencing financial need in subsequent years of study, you can apply for what's called the need-based in-course financial aid program of McGill. This is McGill's bursary and or loan program. So bursaries are non-repayable. They can be used for fees or other costs of attendance, as is the same case for loans. Loans are repayable if you get one, and they are interest-free while you're a student at McGill University. So you can apply for the in-course financial aid program, and depending on the situation and what's in your application, you can be receiving a bursary and or a loan, depending on the financial need that's demonstrated. If you have to be going on exchange as well later on in your subsequent year of study, we have a mobility bursary program that you can apply for to help finance the cost of those exchanges. And as I was saying before, we have experiential learning outside the classroom, and there's more detail on our website, but we also have an enriched education opportunity bursary that you can apply for these kinds of experiences outside the classroom, which are also very valuable. And how do you apply, basically? So you can apply anytime throughout the academic year, anytime you have a financial need. You simply submit an application, Minerva, and then you schedule a one-on-one appointment with a financial aid counselor in our office. I'm one of a team of counselors that are available to meet students. And basically, you'll meet with the counselor, you'll go through your application, you'll answer questions, you'll ask the counselor questions, we'll review the application together, and basically an assessment will be available within a couple of days or a week. To be eligible to apply, you have to be full-time or deemed full-time in a degree program. And I want to highlight again, regardless of geographic origin. You have to be in satisfactory standing and take all the available resources available to you to help with your cost of attendance before applying for in-course financial aid. And obviously, one of the main criteria is demonstrated financial need. As I was saying before, our focus is on financial wellness, overall financial wellness. We also have a Frugal Scholar financial wellness program that we offer to students. This was developed in collaborations with students for students. So what is the purpose of the financial wellness program? Is to help you develop good financial habits, help you finance for your future. And how is this achieved? We have one-on-one counseling sessions that you can make an appointment with a counselor to budget and debt manage, or you can attend one of our workshops. We have budgeting 101, credit and debt management, talking about financial stress. And we actually have a series of pre-recorded webinars on our website now that can kind of help you plan if you want to kind of get used to what is available to you as you come to McGill and you want to financially plan. We also have a Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram account that we release information through. And you might want to follow us on those to kind of be up to date on what's available, what workshops are available, what we're planning for the academic year. There's a very valuable resources. And as I said before, we are a bilingual service at McGill University. We are right now, because of the pandemic, we've done both virtual and in-person services, a very minor amount of in-person services depending on public health regulations. Right now, we're entirely virtual, but McGill is planning for an in-person semester in the fall, so we will have in-person appointments available as well as virtual. We're located in the Brown Student Services building. Our coordinates are right there. We also have, for those students who are admitted to a program at MAC campus, we do have a financial aid counselor that will be going there as well. We have a few counselors on rotation available to meet with students on that campus. You'll see here our different email addresses as well. Any questions you have about scholarship, financial need, the government aid programs, don't hesitate to reach out. Our emails are there and we're more than willing to help you out. We're here to help you navigate the financial plan, help you navigate basically your financial wellness while you're here at McGill University. And you can see our website address located at the bottom there, www.mcgill.ca/student aid. And this is an example of our homepage right here. Different sections on, again, the Frugal Scholar Management Money Program, entrance scholarships, the in-course financial aid program, work study, and also a few success stories. If you want to look at how maybe the scholarships and student aid office has helped a few students along the way, there's a testimonial section as well. And I want to emphasize, this was a lot of information. I understand it can be a bit overwhelming at first coming in as a newly admitted student, but I want to emphasize we are here to help. Any questions you have about any of our programs, entrance bursary, the in-course financial aid, scholarships, we are here to help. Please do not hesitate to ask. And I'm here today to help answer any questions that you may have. So thank you again so much for attending this webinar, and I'm here to help with any questions again that you might have. Thank you very much.